We're back here with the Giants franchise, and it is time to dive into the NLDS, taking on the San Diego Padres. Game 1, Colby Allard going for us, Mackenzie Gore going for the Padres. Let's jump into it. So right out of the gates, neither team really does much, just a bunch of nothing going on through the first 2 innings. But then in the top of the second, the Padres get 2 on, and J.J. Schwartz drives in a run. It's now a 1-0 lead for the Padres. Allard would eventually get out of the inning, only allowing 1. Then we move things on all the way to the top half of the 6th inning, where Manny Machado is going to hit himself a single. Then Travis Swaggerty drives in with a double, and it's now a 2-0 lead for the Padres. And then once again, we're going to skip all the way to the bottom of the 9th, where we were going to enter the game because the Giants are down 2-0. The Padres are about to bring in their closer. So Robert Gsellman comes in the game for the Padres, looking for his 2nd save of the postseason. He ended the wild card game. And Joey Gallo leading off the inning for the Giants. Strike 3 goes down swinging, so 1 down. 2-2 count to Fuentes now. Sends the ball at the left center field. It's going to be caught by Swaggerty out in left center. That's 2 down. And then Carmen Castaneda hits a rocket over to first base, but Hoskins makes the snag. So a 1-2-3 inning of work for Gsellman as the Padres take game 1 here in San Fran, and they have a 1-0 series lead. Mackenzie Gore was electric on the mound, just completely shut down our Giants lineup, went 7 innings strong, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 11 batters. No earned runs, obviously, as the Padres get a 2-0 win. We now move things on to Game 2, where it'll be Marco Murillo going for the Giants and Kikuchi, the Japanese pitcher, going for the Padres. So once again, nothing going right out of the gates, but in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, Fuentes singles, then steals second. Castaneda is going to ground out, but then Hacker drives him in, and it's a 1-0 Giants lead. We move things on all the way to the bottom half of the 5th now, still a 1-0 game. Kikuchi still on the hill, gives up an RBI double to Ramos. It's a 2-0 game for the Giants. We'll move things on top of the 7th. Hoskins is going to draw a walk from Jason Tutman as he enters, so it's 1st and 2nd, as then Machado drives them in, cuts the lead in half. It's a 2-1 game. In the bottom of the 8th now, Munoz is on the hill, gives up a single to Baez, a single to Gallo. Fuentes flies out, and then Castaneda drives in a run. It's a 3-1 ball game. Yarlin Garcia comes in, gives up a single to Schwartz, then a double play, and then he walks Robertson, allows a runner on an error, and then Manny Machado hits a 3-run blast, and the Padres take a 4-3 lead late in the game in the top of the 9th inning. So we will enter the game in the bottom of the 9th, once again looking to tack on runs against Robert Gsellman. So Robert Gsellman on the hill looking for his 3rd save of the postseason. Leading off the inning is Connor Panis, pinch hitting for the Giants. 0-2 count to him. He's going to smack one up the middle, and it gets past the diving glove of Edwards, and it's a base knock. So Panis leads it off with a single. He's going to be pinch ran for by Jorge Figueroa. So some speed on the base path. So Munoz then strikes out. So 1 down, runner on first base. Next batter up is Ramos, and he's going to hit a long fly ball out to right center field. Swaggerty tracks this one down as it hangs up just too long. Figueroa retreats back to first base, so still runner on first. Now 2 outs, as then Baez grounds to the shortstop, and that is the end of the ball game. The Padres yet again take a 2-0 series lead in the NLDS over the Giants. Happens every year, essentially. And now the Giants have their backs against the wall as the series goes back to San Diego. This one was a brutal one to lose, too, as the Giants did have a 3-1 lead heading into the 9th inning, and Yarlin Garcia blew it in the 9th, giving up a 3-run home run to Manny Machado, who drove in 4 runs, all 4 of the Padres' runs on the day by himself. We are now in San Diego as the Padres have a 2-0 series lead on the Giants. They took games 1 and 2. So now here for game 3, it'll be Chris Paddock going for the Padres. He will be opposed by by the veteran left-hander Chris Sale. This will be both of their first postseason starts this year. Take a look at the Giants lineup 1-2-9 on the day, as well as the opposing San Diego Padres lineup. We'll start things off top half of the first inning. Gilberto Fuentes trying to start the game off with a bang. This one's going to die out right before the track as Colin Walsh puts it away, but then Elliot Ramos is going to slice one down the right field line, and Walsh has no chance at this one because it's in the seats. A first-inning home run for Elliot Ramos, and the Giants jump off to a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the first, Chris Sale gets a line out for the first out, and then for the second out, it would be Robertson going down on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, running up and in, and then Rhys Hoskins, same deal, but 95 on the gun. So Chris Sale, a 1-2-3 inning, and he was working on the day. Move things on to the top of the third, well, Gilberto Fuentes this time connects on a one, stays fair, and that's going to be another solo shot for the Giants as they jump out to a 2-0 lead now here in the top of the third. On to the bottom of the fifth, checking back in with Sale as Manny Machado is going to hit one down left field. That's going to be a base knock for him to lead off the inning. After that, Travis Swaggerty hits one out to right center field. This one's going to split the gap. It gets up against the wall. Machado is going to get into third base as the cutoff man is going, as he's not going to be able to score. And then Sale goes to work. Strikes out Colin Walsh. J.J. Schwartz grounds into the infield that was shifted in. And then for the third out, it would be Potts going down swinging as Sale gets out of the jam. Nobody comes in to score. Move things on to the top of the seventh now, where the fireballer Andre Munoz comes on for the Padres, and he would walk Jock Peterson to start. Now with 2 outs in the inning, Carmen Castaneda, I should say, hits a blast to right field, a 2-run shot, and it's now a 4-0 lead for the Giants. Coda Glover would then come on in the top half of the 8th, and things did not go well for him either. Reynel Delgado came on as a pinch hitter for the first batter of the inning, and he's going to dribble one up the middle. That's a base knock, so he's on first base. The next brings up Javier Baez later in the inning, and he's going to hit one down the left field line. This one hits off that brick wall. A 2-run shot for El Mago. It's now a 6-0 lead for the Giants, but wait, they were not done. Joey Gallo then comes to the plate, and he takes a ball off of his shoulder, so he takes his base over at first. Brings up another pinch hitter in Jorge Figueroa, his first postseason AB. First pitch swinging, and goodbye. This one way out of here, and he knew it the whole way. Jorge Figueroa, 2-run shot. It's now an 8-0 lead for the Padres as they have exploded here on offense in this one. Final score would end up being 8-1 as the Giants do win this one. They survive to fight another day as it's now a 2-1 series with the Padres in the lead, and there will be a Game 4. And now it's time for Game 4. 2-1 series lead for the Padres as they took the first 2 in the series. The Giants took the last one, and now the Giants looking to stay alive, facing Walker Buehler, this year's Cy Young winner. He will be opposed by Jay Groom, the lefty from Barnegat, New Jersey. Let's take a look at each team's lineup on the day, starting things off, of course, with the Giants 1-2-9, Gilberto Fuentes at the top, and then there you have the opposing Padres lineup. Start things off bottom half of the first inning. Daniel Robertson's going to hit a ball down the left field line. That's going to get into the corner. That's an easy 2-bagger there with 1 out for the Padres, so he's in scoring position. And then Manny Machado is going to slice one down the right field line. That gets into the corner. A run is going to come in as the Padres jump off to a 1-0 lead. And then with a runner on first, Travis Swaggerty launches one out to right center field. Castaneda ranging back. He's at the wall, gives it a leap, and he brings it back in. Carmen Castaneda with a huge play to keep it at a 1-run lead for the Padres. As we take another look at that one, move things on to the bottom half of the third, where Machado is going to hit a ball into right center field. This one's into the gap, up against the wall. That's a 2-bagger for the Padres. So that's a 2-out hit. Then brings up Swagger. This time is not going to hit a home run that gets robbed. He's going to hit a single that moves Machado over to third, so runners on the corners. First pitch to Colin Walsh, and this one's going to get into the gap. Colin Walsh actually had a pretty good season for the Padres, and he continues that here in the playoffs. It's now a 3-0 lead for the Padres. Not looking good right now for the Giants. Bottom of the fourth, Potts comes up, hits a double into left center field. He is going to be on second to lead off the inning. Next batter up is Walker Buehler. He lays down a bunt. That's going to get the runner over to third. Buehler's retired, so it's one down, runner on third. Jay Groom now comes out of the game. Brandon Finnegan will enter, another lefty. He has not given up a run yet this postseason, and he has struck out a lot of batters. So bottom of the fourth, he's going to allow a pop-up here to shallow right field. Castaneda camped under it. They will not test his arm. That's 2 down in the inning. And then Rhys Hoskins comes up, or Daniel Robertson comes up, I should say. He draws a walk, and then Rhys Hoskins comes up, and he's going to dribble one up the middle, and that's going to drive in a run. It's now a 4-0 lead for the Padres. So move things on to the top of the seventh, where Elliot Ramos gets things started with the bats. Goes into left center field, and he's not stopping at first base. That's a hustle double for Ramos to lead off the inning. Now with one out, it's Joey Gallo. He's going to launch one out to right field, and this one is out of here. Lead cut in half just like that. It's a 4-2 ball game. Gallo's first home run of the postseason. So top of the seventh still, Jairo Munoz is going to hit one into left center field. That's going to land in for a base knock. So he's on first base, and then Carmen Castaneda comes up at the plate. First pitch swinging, no doubt home run. Just like that, it's a tie ball game. This offense has the ability to explode at any moment, and they do just that here in the seventh. Tied up at 4 as Walker Buehler blows it. Yandel Gustave comes in the top of the eighth, the former Giants farmhand, facing the pinch hitter Reynel Delgado, and things are not going to go well for Gustave as Delgado sends one out to right field. This one's just going to barely clear that fence in shallow right field, and it's a 5-4 lead as the Giants have their first lead of the ball game, and they would take that into the bottom of the ninth inning, where Yarlin Garcia came on, hoping not to blow the game this time out. And with 2 outs, nobody on, he would strike out Travis Swaggerty as the Giants have evened up the series at 2 games apiece. There will be a Game 5. Winner takes all in this one to decide who goes on to the National League Championship Series. We are back in the Bay Area. The series all tied up at 2. The Padres took the first 2 games of the series, and then the Giants took the next 2. And now it's Game 5. Winner takes all. Giants will be facing Mackenzie Gore as the Padres turn to him as he shut them down in Game 1. And then Colby Allard going back to him for Game 5. Take a look at these 2 teams' lineups. The Giants 1-9, Jairo Munoz at the top of it for the Giants, and then opposed by the Padres lineup, there you have it. Bottom half of the first inning, Munoz starts things off by getting plunked on the thigh, so he'll take his base. He's over on first. Next batter up is Elliot Ramos, hits a ball into left field, and it's first and second, nobody out for the Giants, just like that. Next batter up is Javi Baez. He's going to check his swing there. They say he did not go around. Ball 4, take your base. Bases loaded. Joey Gallo then strikes out. That's 1 down in the inning. Next batter up is Gilberto Fuentes. He pops the ball up the deep center field. This is going to tag up Munoz from third base, making a 1-0 lead for the Giants, but unfortunately, they would not get anything else, as then Castaneda would then just pop up to shallow left field, as that is the end of the inning. So a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Top of the second, runners on first and second. It's going to be a ground ball right to Delgado. 4-6-3 double play. 2 down, runner on third now for J.J. Schwartz, and he's going to dribble one over to third base. Gallo, easy play for him. Still a 1-0 game. Top of the third, Jankowski trying to lay down a bunt, and he would catch them sleeping as he gets over on first base, but then he tries to steal second base, and Ryan Hacker says, no, throws him out at second base, and he just walks off, as that's the 3rd out of the inning. Top of the 4th now, Allard strikes out Hoskins for the first out of the inning, or for the second out of the inning, and then Machado for the 3rd out of the inning. Allard was dealing in this one. Move things on to the bottom of the 7th now. Gilberto Fuentes at the plate. He's going to hit a ball out to right field. This one's going to get over the head of Walsh, and that's going to be an easy 2-bagger for the fleet-footed Fuentes. So he's in scoring position. thought about third, but he stayed at second smartly, as then Castaneda came to the plate and hit one into left field. Left fielder could not make the diving catch. That's Jankowski out there, as then it's going to be runners on the corners with one out for Ryan Hacker. First pitch, stealing second, is Castaneda. Now we have two runners in scoring position, as then Hacker bloops one into right field, and both of them are going to come in. That's a 2 RBI double for Ryan Hacker. It's now a 3-0 lead. Move things on to the top of the 9th inning as Colby Allard strikes out his man. A complete game shutout for Colby Allard as he gets the win and sends his team on to the NLCS, as the Giants have finally done it. They have done it! Finally! Beaten the San Diego Padres in the NLDS. It took the Padres essentially losing their entire lineup this previous offseason, but it worked. Colby Allard with a great day on the hill. Obviously a complete game shutout, 9 strikeouts, only 3 hits on the day, only 1 walk as well. 3 runs on 5 hits is all it took, as the Giants are now going to be taking on the Chicago Cubs in the NLCS with a chance to go to the World Series. While on the American League side of things, it's going to be the Boston Red Sox taking on the Detroit Tigers. The Red Sox swept the Minnesota Twins after they won the wild card game, and the Detroit Tigers upset the Los Angeles Angels, one of the better teams in the American League. So next episode, you'll be seeing Game 1 of the NLCS. Marco Murillo going for the Giants, Lucas Giolito going for the Cubs. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the San Francisco Giants franchise. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I am saying, do not forget, tomorrow, October 22nd, is now officially recognized as the first day where it's acceptable to listen to Christmas music. So get your playlists ready. We're having a wonderful Christmas time, aren't we, folks?